Hello, everybody. Welcome to PacPod number 1, PacPod The Next Generation. This might be a little confusing to you 3 fans of the PacPod.
A little bit.
We're rebooting. We're starting over. Simply put, I don't like the 9 PacPods that we did. I like certain moments in the PacPods. Like in the 9th one, we had that argument about it. That was a classic. We had some good moments, but overall, I feel the podcast was very bad.
It's like, I don't know, like if Bill Cosby died tomorrow, right? You'd look back on his life and you'd be like, yeah, I mean, there were some good moments there, some real funny stuff, but a lot of it is pretty bad. And that's kind of how we feel about PacPod.
We're off to a riveting start with a Bill Cosby reference.
Yeah, because that's not old.
So David's not with us this time
because David had to be a sleepy boy because he has work tomorrow, yes, and we don't.
Because the first PacPod I ever did was with David. So for the reboot, let's do the first one with Sam. Let's see how it goes. This is our end of the year discussion. We're going to talk about the movies and games that we liked in 2017.
So really beginning of the year discussion.
It's beginning of the year discussing the end of the year.
The beginning of the year.
7 days.
7 days, yeah.
That's fine.
We're not late.
We're not late.
No videos have been made about thoughts on games and movies of 2017.
I can bet you there have never even been podcasts released that have talked about the best of the year.
I know. And I have some really good things to say about downsizing that I haven't seen downsizing. Okay, I haven't seen Downsizing. You've seen Downsizing.
That was a movie.
You can spoil it. I don't care.
That was something I spent money on. All right, let me tell you.
You also spent money on Happy Death Day in 2017.
We did. Twice.
Oh, no.
We're the reason that... How many times?
I saw it twice.
How many times did you see Blade Runner?
I saw Blade Runner once, and I saw Happy Death Day twice.
Wow.
Okay. It was because groups of friends. Like, I went with one group of friends, right, to see it because we're like, oh my god, it's me, Jeff, and David, actually. And we're like, we have to see this. It looks so shitty.
Saw it opening day.
We went and saw it. Opening day. And then, like, a week or two later, I had some friends that wanted to go do it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll see it again. I called Jeff, and I was like, you want to go with? And he was like, sure. So we went and saw it with some friends, and I had one of our friends, she had never seen, like, she doesn't watch horror movies. So she legitimately, like, got scared at, like, the two jump scares that were bad that were in Happy Death Day. Mm-hmm. And, oh my god, I've shown, like, speaking of, I've shown her half of It.
Yeah,
the new one, of course, and she is, oh my god, she's freaking the fuck out, and I'm gonna show her the rest of it soon. It's it's crazy shit. Back to the Bill Cosby thing, right? Yeah. And our podcast.
Oh man, so I want to make something clear real quick. The Pacjeff channel, I will be unlisting all 9 PacPods, but for all 3 of you who enjoyed them, they will be up on my friend Jessie. I talk about her a lot. She's
link in the
description.
Yeah.
She has a YouTube channel. She will be hosting all of the Pacjeff Lost videos.
Yeah. So, also, shout out to Jessie. She's edited. She's edited
a lot of stuff. So from now on, if I remove anything from my channel because simply I don't like the flow of how it fits with my channel, it'll go on hers.
Except for the Mario video and except for the vlog we did when we went and saw Suicide Squad. I regret things I said in that video. The Mario Odyssey video.
Oh, that
video. Yeah.
Well, that's because,
but that's because he put some art in it that he didn't credit because
really bad about.
Yeah, and he did. Well, it flashed on screen for like 0.5 of a second. Like there were a ton of pictures just floating across, and well, it turns out that actually somebody was like, "Hey, he used my art," and so he's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry," and he did feel really bad about it. So
I'm actually. I was working on crediting all the artists, but finding all the pictures, because I just Google searched Princess Peach Mario Odyssey. Yeah. And so finding the credit, by the time I got to the point of finding almost all the artists, nobody cared about Mario Odyssey much anymore. Like that fad of making videos.
So it's like gone. you got your views off it. Move on. You know, you got like your 1 or 2 subs.
PacPod OG, the original saga, will remain on YouTube, just not the Pacjeff channel. I really want to change the type of content I make on YouTube. I want to make mostly informative, comedic gaming videos. Like,
Yeah, the 20th Donkey clone, right?
Oh man,
No,
no.
I'm kidding. No, not that.
More like
type.
I want to do a video. I'm working on one right now. Actually, I'm writing the script for games that deserve remasters.
Oh hell yeah,
And
dude.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but and I'm working on best games on the PS2, like just according to Metacritic, and that video is gonna start with something pretty funny.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're working on that. So, we can consider this PacPod the next generation, like
Okay.
Star Trek.
Yeah. So are
the
you
next
Jean-Luc
generation.
Picard then?
Sure.
Does that mean I get to be Worf?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I haven't watched the next generation in a while.
Worf
so
is the Klingon.
I know that. Is Wesley in the next generation?
I don't remember.
Oh, man, Will Wheaton.
I think so.
Okay, because they
a
always say
second.
"Shut up, Wesley," so David can be Wesley.
I thought David would be Data.
Oh, yeah, but Data's kind of cool.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Oh,
right.
man,
Yeah,
we're
scratch
so-
that.
We're so mean to David.
We're-
So
oh,
mean.
I feel bad
So
now.
mean.
I love David.
So I think the first thing we should talk about is you.
Me?
Yes.
Shit.
What do you got coming out in the pipeline for 2018?
Oh god, I'm making a Ninja Scroll video. Like, I'm not gonna say what on because mainly it's not on anything specific.
It's on Ninja Scroll.
It's just like, hey, look at this cool thing that I like. Here are some cool things about the cool thing that I like, and this is why I think it's cool. But and besides that, like, I don't know, I'd like to make some videos this year about seasonal stuff, like as it comes out when things are pertinent. Just because like that's when I get really excited to talk about them. I'm not the type of guy that like I see a new seasonal like anime come out and I immediately think it's the only good shit. Like there are a lot of people that only watch shows that are coming out, and it's like, yeah, but like I'm not like that. I actually like older stuff a lot more, but I still think the new stuff that continues to come out is really good. But it is. But at the same point, like I get really hyped to talk about that stuff because that is what's big in the community at the time, because it's just what everyone is looking on because it's what's new, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff that I really get hyped into. And of course, like again, I'm making a Ninja Scroll video. I'm not just gonna make videos on new shit. I'm gonna make videos on older shit that a lot of people have seen by now. But you know, like I want to do other stuff too.
Ninja Scroll's like it's not super popular, but it's still well known.
Okay, like yeah, it is really. Well, it's because like it's well known by people who are really into like. It's gonna sound weird, like like American movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's what's inspired a lot of creators. And I want to go into a lot of this because I talk about it in the video. I don't want to spoil things. I mean, you could always look it up for yourself, but hey, you know. But like it's been inspirations for a lot of really important directors and movies, and it's in America, and that's I don't know, like that's one of the coolest parts to me about Ninja Scroll. So
I like Thanos devouring the titty.
yeah,
That is the best thing.
but
about
we
Ninja
should move
Scroll.
on now, or I'm gonna spoil everything in my
Yes,
video
yes.
because I'll go on a rant. I love that movie.
let's
Spoiler alert! It's a
actually-
good review. It's like
Yeah.
I love this movie. I'm not gonna
Yes.
shit on it.
Let's actually get to the point of this podcast.
Yeah.
The best of 2017.
Best of 2017.
Or the worst of 2017. I think we should start with video games because I don't think you or I played a ton of new games this year that came out. Compared to movies, we saw a lot of stuff this year.
I'm more well acquainted
So,
with the movies that came out than the games.
Probably start with the games at least.
Probably start with
Discuss
games,
some of the because you
like,
have played some of the new stuff.
Here's the thing, like I haven't really played Persona 5, and I know for a lot of people that's like game of the year.
Yeah.
I also haven't played Mario Odyssey or Breath of the
Wild.
Wild because I don't have a Switch and I don't know anyone close to me that has one.
Just leech off,
Or at
of,
least like
Sydney.
really close. Yeah, I might try to leech off of Scribble's girl Sydney. She's on one of our podcasts.
She was on PacPod 8.
Yeah. Which you can find on Jesse's
You
channel.
can find on Jesse's channel.
But but like I've seen a lot of playthrough of it. Like I've watched, like when Breath of the Wild came out, I watched a shit ton of a guy on Twitch that did Ocarina of Time speedruns. I watched a shit ton of him play it. Mario Odyssey, I mean, like who wasn't showing off Mario Odyssey gameplay? I've seen a lot of it, and they look really good. And I'm super hyped to play them. Persona 5. I mean, it's a Persona game, so like I know what it's gonna be. I really like Persona. I played it before.
And that's weird because I know you really like Persona, so I thought you would be more
inclined
let's get
to, like,
this game as
do
soon
it.
as it comes out.
Well, that's the
play
thing.
it.
I wanted to, but like for a long time, and when it came out, I was super like, I'm gonna play through Persona 3, and then I'm gonna play through Persona 4, and then I'm gonna play through Persona 5, and I haven't even started 4 yet, and I'm a little over halfway done with 3, and I really like it, and you know, like, I know the rest of Persona games are the same kind of like mix between RPG, like Pokemon type of stuff with visual novel. And it looks really good. And this one looks like amazingly well done. Also with just the aesthetic, I think is probably the best one so far. Because 3 was kind of like dull and clearly like, this is a video game. This is the type of video game. This is what we're doing. But it's still cool. Yes. Like it's more like solemn, I should say. It's not really flamboyant. And then 4 was like, boom, you know, we're gonna go crazy now. Yeah. And it gets like that psychedelic, like 60s, 70s kind of vibe. But then like this one's like this really cool noir type of feel. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't say much. I haven't played it. It looks really good. But for me, Nier Automata game.
It's kind of it's interesting because Persona is a spin-off. It's not the main
from
series.
Shin Megami Tensei.
And now Persona has its own spin-offs.
Yeah. Well,
Dancing All Night and the fighting games.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they stopped putting Shin Megami Tensei in front of Persona after Persona 3.
Yeah, so it's not Shin Megami Tensei Persona. It's just Persona.
And Persona's bigger than Shin Megami Tensei now.
That's because Persona is modern.
It is.
Shin Megami Tensei is like...
And they still come out with games for Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, the new one just came out. I think one came out this year.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Like, it's been so far surpassed by Persona, I haven't even heard of it.
Also, it's like a Nintendo thing. They're on the 3DS, and that seemed weird because, like... And, you know, when
it
Shin
feels
Megami
like
Tensei
it should
4,
be on PS4.
Yeah, when Shin Megami Tensei 4 came out, like, 2 years ago, everyone was like, it's the best game on 3DS. And I was like... It's a good game, but
I played it. It is really good.
It's held back.
But like
by
after
the 3DS's
you play
hardware.
that, and also after you play Persona, it feels like it's lacking something because it just feels like Persona minus the social interactions, and you're like, wow, these are some like cool characters.
Persona,
I'd like to get into them.
Especially Persona 5, it appeals more to weeaboos.
Really?
Because it's simulating simulating life. You get to date girls.
Yeah.
You know, be cute.
That's pretty neat. Bang a teacher. You know,
bang a teacher, have fun. Persona 5, not my game of the year, but it's a game I had a lot of fun with. For a game I know we both played, A Hat in Time came out this year.
I haven't actually played it. I sat down next to Jeffrey and he played it. And it's really fun. Like, it looks really fun because I remember playing games like that on the GameCube. Like when my cousin's GameCube, I'd go down to my cousin's as a little kid and play on their GameCube. And those like weird like 3D platformers with a little bit of fighting, and they weren't platformers like Mario, like Mario 64 type of traditionalist. They were more like these weird like puzzle type platformers, and I don't know. Like I have a soft spot in my heart for that. They don't really make games like that much anymore, and so when I see A Hat in Time, it's even though it's brand new, it's a little nostalgic.
Yes.
You know.
Because for the past few years, because of the lack of 3D games we've had, we had a lack of 2D. Nintendo was like, all right, we're going to do nothing but 2D games.
Oh my gosh.
2D Mario and 2D Yoshi. And it's just too much 2D. And then when they did do the 3D again, Mario Odyssey, that's when it's like, boom, blows up. We're getting another Yoshi game this year.
Oh, really?
It's another 2D game. And it's like, they've never attempted a 3D Yoshi or Kirby game.
Which is going to be... I want to see what they do with the 3D Kirby.
Yes, because they were planning that,
exciting.
but it got canceled on the GameCube. And I think that would be something really interesting for Nintendo to try.
I'm the guy who spammed Meta Knight in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. You know, the one that was banned from tournaments. And it's not like I was good at Brawl. I'm not. I'm trash. I button mash. Okay, I don't know combos. I'm really bad at fighting games. And I know you shouldn't button mash, but I'm like, guess I'll button mash. So I picked Meta Knight and I spam his like sword tornado move and like just as like the little sound he makes, right? And so like I'm excited. I'm always excited to see more Meta Knight. He's such a cool character to me. Like I like him more than I like Kirby, even though I know most people would want to shoot me for that. People love how cute Kirby is.
Meta Knight's just, he's like the Shadow the Hedgehog. He's
but like here's the thing. Usually I find like really like simplistic like cutesy designs with like trying to have like this crazy badass character to be kind of like ridiculous and stupid, kind of like I do with Shadow the
Yes.
Hedgehog. But I don't know, for some reason, like, and it wasn't like it was a childhood thing for me or anything. Well, actually, yeah, it kind of was, because I played Kirby and the Amazing Mirror a lot. So yeah, it kind of, I don't know, I just love Meta Knight. He's such a cool character to me because
He is. You know, they made an Android of him.
I know, and I
With
kind of want it.
magnetic limbs. So it's like
they have
you move all around.
Oh my god, I have to buy this. I have to buy this. I have to buy the movie Realization, and I have to buy this. The Star Wars like samurai figure line. Those
They're
are really
great.
cool.
Oh, speaking of samurai, Neo. That came out this year.
Was that this year? Or was early this year?
It was.
I played a bit of it.
Early
I played a
this
bit
year,
of it on a friend's.
It was,
and it looks really good.
Coming from the guy who doesn't like Dark Souls very much.
I do like Dark Souls.
I don't. Neo. It's not as hard.
No,
but
it's easier.
It's a lot more fun.
But it is like, again, the thing with Dark Souls, like Dark Souls. I like to compare Dark Souls to like Project Diva or Guitar Hero, and not because it's in any way like them, like. In the story, obviously, what story is there in Guitar Hero? But like, it's a rhythm game.
You don't know about the Guitar Hero story mode? That's not a joke.
I know
what
it
is
is.
Guitar Hero 3?
I
you don't
know.
want to lose
I
your
know.
souls to Satan.
But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Slash.
But like, it's
from Guns N' Roses.
It's like.
I'm sorry, keep going.
I know it's a rhythm game. That's what Dark Souls is. But it's different than like it doesn't just show you what it is. It has a specific set of whatever you choose your weapons to be and whatever you put your stats as. That's its own rhythm, and then the way your enemy attacks, like how the enemy, like what, depending on what enemy it is, the speed at which it attacks, and its differing attacks, and how you counteract that. And it's just learning the rhythm to each of those, and then you can just fight each of them repeating that rhythm. That's why when people play the game a second time, they just rush through it, because they've already learned it, you know? And I don't know. I really like the Souls games. I don't think they're the hardest games ever made. They're not. But I think they're fun and challenging, I guess. And Neo is like a lighter version of that, I guess.
Yeah.
A version that, like, for somebody who doesn't want to spend forever trying to figure out this one, like, dumbass gate guarding enemy, figuring out how it moves, Neo's really fun for that. And also, it's refreshing to see a game like that isn't just like, oh, look, it's traditional Western fantasy. You know, it's something different. Because, like, you see a lot of the whole, like, knights and dragons and, like, undead, like that kind of, like, Dungeons and Dragons type lore in video games. But you don't see a lot of the, like, Eastern stuff unless it's in, like, a turn-based type RPG. So it's cool to see it in something that's more of, like, a three-dimensional fighting game.
Yeah. Do you like horror games, Sam?
I do like horror games.
Okay.
I haven't played many this year.
Well, not a lot came out this year.
Yeah, I noticed that. Nobody was hyping much up. There's usually at least one or two.
The one big one, people have forgotten about it because it came out in January. Resident Evil 7.
Oh, shit, it did come out this year, didn't
yes.
it? Yeah.
I thought it came out in 2016,
It was
late 2016.
It was
and
no,
it was January.
I feel like it lost. I feel like I'm a little bit disappointed, though.
It's first person? Is that
because
why?
It lost a lot of the story. It's simplistic.
Did you play the game?
No, but that's what I've heard.
Then.
I can't say. I was about to say I haven't played it.
I would argue against that.
Really?
Yes.
I've heard some people say that there's not as much of like a plot to it.
There isn't like the game itself doesn't have a huge. It's kind of like Outlast. It's like here you are, spooky place.
Okay, yeah.
Deal with it.
So there's not like a bunch of cutscenes and stuff.
No,
you know,
but the ending of the game is incredible, especially if you're a Resident Evil fan. And if you know the characters, and you know like the current story, then it's a really nice ending. And the DLC that came out is awesome. It's honestly probably one of the scariest games I've played because
really,
yeah. Well, okay, I played the VR at a demo at a Best Buy, and that was absolutely terrifying.
Well, like my most terrifying game was people are gonna laugh at me. It was Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but that's because
that game is genuinely
scary.
terrifying.
But here's the other thing: I played it like when I was in junior high, like early junior high. Like I think I was in 7th grade. Actually, I might have been in 6th grade. And so like to little me at the time, he'd like never seen the closest thing to a horror movie he'd seen was Alien, which is genuinely scary, but it's not like a hardcore horror movie. I guess you could say it was like that was terrifying. Like it's like holy shit, it was the most scary experience in my life. Besides watching the Bye Bye Man.
We need
That was-
another Alien game, like
do.
Isolation, but with a better AI.
Yeah, where it's not like, oh wow,
Isolation
look,
is
it's retarded.
still a spooky game, but if you've seen like the Vine Sauce videos, it's very easy to exploit that AI and to beat the game.
Well, like, the problem with an AI, like, a game based with that AI like that, isn't that we don't have the technology to make an AI good enough for it, but it would be hard to make a game that is profitable for a company that puts that much time and resources into the AI, that also puts that much time and resources into making the game itself fun. It's something that I don't think will happen for a few years, just for the fact that it's too expensive right now for them to make money.
You know, I think one of the best games I've played this year is based on one of the worst movies I saw this year. Way Forward, they made Shantae. They do a lot of licensed games so that they can make money to make games like Shantae.
Yeah,
and
I'm fine with that. Like,
they always go for the retro. You know, they want to feel like they're making SNES GBA games.
Okay.
They released a video game for The Mummy. It was called The Mummy Demastered.
Like
Tom Cruise Mummy. Now, Tom Cruise is not in the game. You don't play as Tom Cruise.
Okay,
you
good.
play as a soldier.
That yell. Okay, keep going.
It's like Metroid. Like a Metroid
That's
game.
pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have to check that out.
You know,
Because,
actually,
like, games like that, if there's ever a good, like, movie, game adaptation of a movie, which there almost never is, but, like, if there is one, it'll fly under the radar because everybody's like, oh, it's just
well,
another
also,
movie
The Mummy
adaptation.
Demastered was released exclusively on digital, so PSN and Xbox Live.
So
and it's a cheap. It's like a $10 game.
Yeah, like if it's released on digital and it isn't like a crowdfunded game and it doesn't go viral, it's gonna see like no popularity at all. Like holy shit.
You know, Way Forward made an Alien game on the DS called Alien Infestation, and it is a Metroid style game.
Oh, that could be cool actually.
And it works.
For some reason, I had in my head that it would be like trying to make like. Remember how they did Call of Duty on the DS? I thought it was going to be like a Space Marine type game because like every single Alien game before Isolation was, oh look, you're a Space Marine, go kill. Yeah. Besides the Alien vs Predator game, which a third of it was.
I like Alien.
You're a Space Marine,
but I don't know. It really lost a lot of the horror.
It did.
It's like, wow, look at how many of them there are. Look at how disposable they are.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Kind of ruined everything about the first one.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Aliens.
They got the action director to make it.
Yeah, because it was like, oh look, now they're just kind of like little grunts. But in the first one, it was like this unkillable beast, and Ripley shot it, and like it just bounced off. It was such a badass.
The rumor for why they did it like that to increase toy sales. They weren't allowed to make toys of the first Alien because it was a horror movie. The second one's like, if it's like Terminator or RoboCop, they can make the toys. And the Alien toys, they're pretty stupid.
And I mean,
the gorilla alien, the mantis alien, but they look cool. And it's also like, it's cool that we got the whole, like, I mean, because it started in the first one when you saw like the nest of eggs, but like, it is cool that we got to look at the whole like the hive mentality that they have and the queen and that's cool. I just wish it just could have been cooler, and I think a more, I don't know, not look, it's another like Arnold Schwarzenegger style movie, you know, because that's what it was. Don't get me wrong, I love Arnold, but he's my boy. But you know what I mean. There was enough of that, so we're gonna finish up talking about games because I played a lot more than Sam did.
Yeah,
Yakuza really Zero.
Okay.
You should really play it.
I've never played a Yakuza game.
You've been enjoying GTA.
I play a lot of
Yakuza 0 is a prequel. So you can jump right into that and then get the remake of the first one they did on PS4, which is like, it's only $30 because it's just a remake and it's really good. So it's basically GTA in Japan, but there's a lot more.
Whenever they release a remake, it's like, it's just kind of like, put some new textures on it and then just free money.
Well, see, that's what it is sometimes, but like
sometimes there's some really
Shadow
crazy
of the Colossus HD
built
from the ground
up. Oh my god,
up.
that's impressive. That's I can't wait.
That's
for that.
gonna be a game of the year 2018. I bet.
No, I don't think it is. I think I know what it is if it comes out in 2018.
What?
We'll talk about that when we get to our hopes and dreams for 2018 games at the end.
All right, throw out a few more. Sonic Mania, which you've played a bit.
I played Sonic Mania. It was like I don't know. I mean, it was bad. Let's leave it at that. He disagrees. He thinks it was an okay game. I think it was bad, but.
Wow, I'm not sure if you're joking.
No, I'm serious. Like, I think it's...
Really?
I don't think it's a good game, no.
Really?
I think it was, like... I don't think it was the worst thing ever. Like...
Wow,
but
you're
I would
like
say...
the only person to think that.
Oh, shit! I was thinking Sonic Forces.
He was.
I was thinking Sonic Forces. Sonic Mania is good. Sonic Forces is not.
As soon as you said it's bad, I'm like, he thought I said Forces.
He's thinking of Forces. Yes, no, I'm thinking of Forces.
Actually, I did that video on Sonic Forces, which, okay, Mania, fantastic. It's great.
Forces.
I did the video on Forces, and I was like, I like the game when you're not playing as classic Sonic, and I've played it more, and I'm like,
okay, when you're not playing as classic Sonic, and when you're not playing as your own character.
No, those are fun.
It's how you literally, like, you have no abilities. You just run and shoot.
Hang on.
And it's okay. I will not have a rant. I will not have a hissy fit. Go on.
Be professional here. The idea of making your own character, that appeals to all those kids.
That's cool. Like, okay, I'll say that's
if
cool.
I was in middle school,
the gameplay of that character.
The gameplay, I feel they fucked up with the weapons.
That's what I'm saying.
Hit a button. Yeah. You'll never die.
And it's like, and you don't really go that like fast either. You just kind of like walk and shoot.
I have changed my opinions on the game.
Yeah.
I feel classic Sonic is still fucking atrocious. The OCs are just boring, and modern Sonic is fun. I have fun with the modern Sonic levels. I enjoy that boost style of gameplay.
I don't like. It's hard for me to judge Sonic properly because I've never really been a Sonic fan. Just because whenever I play a game, I like to take a slower, like, methodical approach and think how to get through it rather than just like just burst through that shit and try to jump over anything bad. Like, that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'd rather, like, I don't know, play a side scroller more like. If it were a side scroller, not like the newer ones, but like Shovel Knight, where you're not rushed through the level, but where you just kind of run through and you see something and you're like, oh, how should I approach this? And then you figure out how to approach it and you go, rather than just being go, figure it out as it happens, you know?
Yes.
But that's just like, again, that's just a game style that I like. That doesn't mean that Sonic's bad. In fact, I think several of the original Sonics are good, and I've played them and I've had fun playing them, which I think is even a bigger testament to how good they are, considering I don't really enjoy games like that, but I still had fun with it. But the newer ones, again, like, even if they are mildly okay, it's hard for me to really look at that and make a decision on it because I don't know if it's my own personal bias or if I really just think it's a bad game.
Yeah.
I think with Mania, I can't say for the newer stuff, but with classic Sonic and with the OC, I can say that's pretty bad. Like, I'm sure about that.
Isn't it kind of funny how a group of fans made a better Sonic game than Sega?
It's kind of funny, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of more games. I don't know. I played so many. It's just kind of boggling in my head.
He hasn't finished Nier Automata yet, and I'm telling you, it's a masterpiece.
Here's the thing. Nier Automata, if we're being technical, I've beat the game.
Okay,
but I have not completed the game.
Like, here's the thing. With Nier Automata, you played through the game once as 2B, and then you play through it again as 9S, but he has, like, this hacking ability, and so it goes super fast. So those are the first two endings. But then the third time is a complete sequel, and the fourth time is a sequel to the sequel. So it's kind of like you played through the first, like, third of the game twice, but the second time goes, like, super, super fast. And there's a point where you skip, like, half of it because, like, a character gets knocked. Like, I'm not going to say how or anything, but 9S gets, like, knocked out for a time. But then, like, the second and third ending are all just, like, new shit, and it's crazy, and, like, it changes everything. And I think they did the first ending twice, kind of to get you really wrapped into this world, because, like, the third and especially the fourth just blow the shit out of all of it, and everything is like things that seem really concrete and unchanging.
Because Sam let me borrow his copy, and I didn't want to hold on to it too long. I just wanted to play enough to where I could put it on any kind of list.
So we let David borrow,
and David still
to see David play it, and this was back in like the beginning of summer, okay? And like David hasn't played it, and he said he'd do it over Christmas break, and so we talked to him about it, and he was like, "Oh, the Overwatch Christmas event come up. I wanted to get the loot box so I could get like these 2 skins, but I got them, so now I can play Nier Automata. Let's see if he does it." I think he will. I don't see why he wouldn't, because he always said that he wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Nier Automata. Definitely a game of the year. It's got to this point where
It's
I
one of
still
those. It's really
can't decide what my true game of the year
I mean,
is.
I think it's one of those that like for me, again, I haven't played Persona 5, but I think it's better than the other I've seen gameplay of Persona 5.
Easily Persona 5 is better than like 4 or 3.
Yeah,
I think.
I've played 3. I have played a bit of 4, but it is on a friend's PS Vita. But like, again, it's just I've played it and I've played Nier Automata, and it's one of my favorite games of the past several years. Even like I think it's a masterpiece. Maybe I'm just being one of those like existential pricks, like I don't know, but again, I think it's a masterpiece. I think that people are gonna remember it for a long time, if not for how good it is, for the fact that when it came out for like 2 or 3 months straight, the only thing on every website was 2B porn.
Yes.
So if not for the masterpiece, they'll remember it for the porn.
Alright, I can think of maybe 2 more games. I had one of them in my head and I just forgot what it was. Fuck. Alright, well, one more game.
My favorite game that came out this year was Until Dawn.
Yeah, that was a great
2015
game.
That was a 2015 game that I played this year, and it's amazing. It feels like a horror movie.
Yes.
But
do you like Samus?
Do I like Samus?
I
like Samus.
Are you glad Metroid's finally back?
I am.
I played the new one
they do
on 3DS, and you know what? It was a damn good time.
I want to see what they do with the one they announced at E3.
Prime 4.
Yeah,
on the Switch,
the one that they just announced by going Metroid 4, and then like leaving it.
They just started development, so
so they had nothing to show. But like,
they're developing.
I'm excited, and I don't think. Okay, I'm with Jeff on this. I don't think Other M is a bad game, but I don't think it's nowhere near the standard of the other Prime games.
Well,
so I'm hoping they don't
completely different
fuck it
style
up.
of gameplay.
It is, but I'm hoping they go back to the Prime game, which I'm sure they will. Why would they name it Prime if they didn't? But I hope they do a good job.
It's going to be first person, and personally, I prefer the side scrollers over the first person.
Really,
but I won't deny.
I like
Metroid
both.
Prime is a beautiful game.
Oh, it's
pretty fantastic.
It's some dope shit. Like I even played it as a kid, and I got stuck a lot until the point that I couldn't get past, and then I finished it when I was in high school, and I was like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's Metroid.
And that's Metroid. Yeah, it's fucking hard as hell. And I didn't have internet as a kid either, so I was like, I wasn't I'll look it up, like it was there's literally nothing I can do about this. And at school, all the game websites were blocked anyways. So it was like, so it wasn't like I could look it up at school. Whenever the rare chance that a teacher rolled in the cart with all the like 2002 MacBooks or whatever on it, the old ones that used to be used by the high school, that used to be used by the teachers, that were bought as like hand-me-downs for them. And they were like the slowest thing. I remember there was a rumor that kids started that if you slammed down if you clicked the right arrow key super fast, because people are used to those mini clip games, you hold the right arrow down and things move to the right. So they said if you keep spam clicking like the right arrow on the keyboard, the loading bar will go right faster and your computer will boot up faster. And I was just kind of like, that doesn't seem right. But like every time you'd see kids open it for class, and they just start like click, 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 just spamming that shit. It was one of my most memorable moments of elementary school, actually.
Okay, well, there are probably a lot more games that came out.
Yeah, that we haven't played.
Horizon Zero Dawn was really good.
Was it? I haven't played it. It looks good.
Here, it's like, this is by no means an insult to the game.
It was overshadowed.
In fact, I'd say this is a compliment. It's like Breath of the Wild light.
Yeah.
It is like identical to Breath of the Wild.
Really?
Yes.
See, that's why.
Scarily
I don't think they copied anything.
No.
Like, it wasn't a ripoff. It just happened that it came out. And when somebody's let's say you're looking for a game, and we're talking console, not mattering here, because this is general populace, right? And you see and when people see like Breath of the Wild and they see Horizon Zero Dawn, what are they going to choose? They're going to choose Breath of the Wild. It's the same thing that happened with Battleborn and Overwatch.
Yes.
It wasn't that Battleborn was bad. It was just that another game that was a lot like it came out at the same time, and people just liked that one enough more that it completely overshadowed the other. So that's and like, it's a Zelda game. whenever a new Zelda game comes out, people lose their shit. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect? It's been happening since Ocarina of Time, since before Ocarina of Time came out. For good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Oh, yeah.
amazing. But
Can we talk about how like the highest rated game of all time is Ocarina of Time?
it is.
Yes.
It is. I don't know if it.
I
I don't know if it deserves it. It's one of my favorite games.
don't
It's
know.
not my favorite Zelda.
I think
my
this
favorite's
is like
Wind
a
Waker,
blasphemous opinion. I think the remake is better.
Oh, the 3D one?
3DS remake.
I would like
And-
because that's the thing though. The 3DS remake, all it is a graphical upgrade
No, they fixed like
and some bugs.
and a lot of the control issues.
Yeah, there were some control issues because
and that's the
control.
most basic kind. And
Yeah.
when it comes to like Wind Waker HD, where they fixed problems,
People
with
were
the
already
game.
fixing the control issues because what they would do before the 3DS would say they'd hook up like a original Xbox controller, like back before
Yeah.
Xbox 360. They'd hook it up, emulator, and bind the keys to that, right? And it
Also-
would work. It'd work better. So people had already like fixed it. I think the big thing was probably the glitch because that had to be
Yes.
pretty easy.
To me, it was the speed. Ocarina was a slow game. Everything was slow.
What do you mean?
Like-
Like loading times?
No, like Link is a slow walker. The dialogue is all delivered very slowly.
Yeah, they sped
They
up the
fixed
dialogue. They didn't change his speed though.
No, he runs a little faster.
Oh, he does?
He runs a
Oh,
little faster.
just a little.
Because you're running through Hyrule Field. It's such a big
Yeah,
open space.
it
They made
does
him a little
get.
faster.
I will say that's probably a
What
better
I
design
want-
inside. Like
I
if that
want-
came out today,
I
people
want
would
Nintendo
be
to
annoyed.
port and I don't know, rebuild from the ground up Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask for the Switch,
Oh yeah.
just completely from the ground up.
Like, well, I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but there is a test thing. I think the same guy did both of these one's for Metroid Prime and one's for Ocarina of Time, and they use the Unity engine. And for I forget what it is for Prime, but for Ocarina of Time, it is a completely rebuilt.
Oh yeah, Nintendo took that down.
Really?
They hit it with
that's
the DMCA.
shit. That's shitty.
Yeah, Nintendo does that.
Temple of Time.
They have that shitty.
Yeah.
There are properties, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Basically,
Nintendo.
somebody rebuilt the Temple of Time and Link with all the 3 stones in there in the Unity engine. And the Unity engine, in my opinion, is someone who really likes researching into these things, is one of the best engines, really. Just because
Unity
of
gets a
how
lot of
beautiful.
shit.
Unity does get a lot of shit
Because-
because they don't have very good games.
Yes.
Unity themselves, but other people, like, there are a lot of games, like, on Steam and places that use the Unity engine to code their games because it's just so good. And it's I think it's a process of how it renders things.
Yeah.
Basically, it renders things farther away as, like, lower poly rather than having it be high and then downgrading it when it sends it to the monitor, right?
Yeah.
Or when it puts it on the 2D plane.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, things up close can look far more beautiful, even though it is sacrificing from far away. But since your screen is only, even if you go to like 4K, it would be unnoticeable because it just downgrades it later. It kind of just skips that step. So it's a lot easier for things to be prettier up close.
Well, there's also the buttload of shitty horror games that feature monsters in the T-pose running towards you in a hallway.
Yeah.
Because Unity's free, so it's like
Unity
anyone can
is
download it and make their own shit.
And because they made
and
Paragon, Fortnite.
and
That
also,
was them, right?
it is-
Right? I'm
yes,
looking
yes,
this up.
it is.
Hold on.
Unity.
I'm
powered
making
Fortnite.
sure because I'm pretty
Also,
sure Unity was.
Oh fuck! What was I gonna say? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it's incredibly easy to pirate off the Unity store. So people will
is it really?
they'll
Oh,
steal
no.
models
Oh,
and like
no.
whole maps, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's just really unfortunate, actually.
Yeah.
I feel bad for
It's-
them.
Yeah. So that was pretty much it for games. We did not play a ton of games.
Yeah, Epic Games, right?
Epic Games uses Unity.
Unity
yeah.
engine, yeah.
So Paragon,
Like
Battle,
they're like, but they're
Fortnite.
like partnered with the Unity. I think Fortnite's good.
Oh yeah.
But like
Well,
here's the
Fortnite
thing,
is
right?
free.
Yeah, I like it. Like again, I'm not a big PUBG fan though, so like it's not that hard for me to see something that surpasses it. So like maybe to people who are hardcore into it, there's like big things. It's like yeah, but you can't do this and this and this. But there might be huge issues with it. But Paragon's like I don't know. Paragon just doesn't feel that interesting. It's like look guys, it's a MOBA, but it's 3D now, and that's like the whole thing. It's just like look, we're League of Legends but 3D. That's like I don't know. Paragon, like, it looks really pretty, and it's because Unity engine. Unity gets a lot of shit, but, like, that's the thing. It's not that, like Unity is anybody can make the game. It's I'm talking graphical, right?
Yeah.
And that's why that's why I was talking about the Temple of Time being so beautiful, right? And Link looked amazing. The Temple of Time looked real, okay? And like I want to see something like that. Now, granted, something like that, whoever made that and put up the video of it, right? They were probably running it on like an insane computer. Like it wouldn't be able to run on consoles. And Nintendo doesn't do PC, so it would have to be something that could run on the Switch, or possibly the next console they come out with. But the thing is it doesn't have to look that good. It just has to look good.
You know what's crazy about the Switch is like it's just a tablet.
Yeah, I know. That's what blows my mind. Is it's such a good, like it's really powerful for just a tablet. Like I mean the battery life of the tablet's shit, but like. Again,
but I mean, you know why it's
still
shit.
a tablet.
Like, these graphic intensive games, like you're
like,
lucky to get 3 hours.
It's a
with
pretty
Zelda.
big tablet, so like if you're carrying it around, you're carrying around a cable for it too. So it's like
back on campus, everyone I saw with a Switch was always like sitting, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And like, "I'm charging my Switch so I can play Zelda for 10 more minutes."
Oh no, yeah, no, that's like. See that's just it. I probably wouldn't do that, but I don't play games portably that much unless I'm on like a car ride. And
right.
Otherwise, I don't really take stuff with me because, like, if I'm bored, I'll read manga on my phone or I'll talk to some people on Discord.
Here's the interesting thing, because the Switch it's a handheld console and
it's
a
a
home console.
handheld and a home.
I think
it's
Nintendo should pull the plug on the 3DS.
I would agree with that.
I think Nintendo themselves should stop releasing software. Third parties, if they think it'll make them money, they can go ahead and keep making games. Because I know like Ubisoft, EA, they still make games.
Does Nintendo even still make games?
Metroid,
I guess they do.
Samus
Metroid
Returns just came out.
Yeah.
They still make a lot of games because it's cheap and kids buy it. People still own it. But for being honest here, the Switch it's kind of overshadowing the 3DS. I think Nintendo should just pull the plug on the 3DS.
I haven't heard anything about the 3DS in like a year or two.
Well, they just released the new 2DS XL a few months ago.
Yeah, and like that's cool, but like when you start releasing like okay, the 2DS was a variant of the 3DS.
Yeah.
Right? And the 2DS XL is a variant of the 2DS, which is a variant of a 3DS. When you're releasing variants of variants, maybe it's time for the console to leave, to get an upgrade.
Do you know the 3DS family? It's crazy. It's the 3DS 3DS XL, 2DS, new 3DS, new 3DS XL, new 2DS XL.
Oh shit,
that's insane! And the new
so
2DS,
many re-releases.
It's like just a little more powerful. So it's like you can play certain games that the 3DS can't.
God. Well, like what really fucking annoys me is the bullshit with PS4 and Xbox One, where there's like, oh, there's the normal one, and then a year later we're gonna release like the slim PS4, right? But it does the same thing as the normal PS4. It just doesn't have as much space, but you can just plug in a USB, so who gives a shit, right?
Kind of,
but then they start coming out with other games, and they're like, you can try to play this game on the slim, but you're probably gonna have to pay like $400 for the Pro. Or it's really not gonna run well, and it's gonna lag, and it's gonna be a shitty experience. And I don't know. I hate that shit.
I'm wondering when PS1 games are gonna come to the PS4, and apparently they're never coming because the PS4 is too powerful to play.
Too powerful.
Yes.
But that's bullshit, and everyone knows it.
So what I recommend doing, and this is actually it's a really nice alternative to going out. Do you know what the PlayStation TV is?
No.
It is a Vita, but a console. Certain games,
I've heard about this.
Certain games like Uncharted, that use the touch screens don't work, but you have access to the PlayStation Network, and the PS Vita has tons of PS1 games.
Here's
the
what
PS
I do, right?
TV is like $30-$40.
Emulating, like okay. Here's the thing: when you go out and buy a PS1 or a PS2,
yeah,
if you had like a PS1 or a PS2, PlayStation would make no money off of that.
Yeah,
that's just buying a used game from some tard down the street, right? So like emulate that shit. It's not hard. Like you don't need a good computer. You could take a shitty old laptop. You could emulate PS1, PS2 just fine. PS1 easy. PS2 okay. Like it can't be like super shit, but if you've got a alright laptop, you can do it. That's fine. You can use the keyboard and mouse, or you can hook up an Xbox controller. You can bind the keys to that. Use that. That's why I say. Or if you're like hardcore about like having it be real, I think it'd actually be better to just buy. I think it's the PS2 Slim. It's backwards compatible with the PS1. It's what I have. You can play any PS1 or
That's
PS2 game on it.
Try to get. But,
yeah,
you know what I'd actually
really
think
good.
is a pretty good deal right now. If you can get it for cheap, I'd say you should get an Xbox One because Microsoft announced something. It is backwards compatible with the 360.
Is it?
And yes, it is. And they just announced that they're updating it
to be backwards compatible. See, that's why the shit with PS4 is bullshit. They can just
original
fix
Xbox.
Oh,
so the one Xbox One can play all generations of Xbox.
360 or original.
The original
1
360 and 1.
Holy crap,
so
that's actually
I'd say
really cool.
that would be worth it.
See, like there's no way. I do not believe that PS4 couldn't release an update where it could play PS1, 2, and 3 games. The thing is they're doing this because they want people to buy it again off the store. I'm sorry. I love you, Sony. You make me my weeb games, right? But this is shitty, man. Like, I'm surprised no one's calling them out. Probably because it's been overshadowed by 2017, the year of the microtransactions.
Oh,
like, I mean, EA was like the climax, right? Like, it's never gonna get any worse than Battlefront 2. Like, I don't think any company, if any company ever gets worse than that, they're committing suicide. Like, they're like, we're going out.
Almost did commit suicide.
That's
like
true, they did.
That almost
like,
ruined the
if
company.
any other company does that, it's going to be before they do it. They're like, well, we're going out anyways. Let's see how much money we can make. Otherwise, I don't think anyone's ever going to be that stupid again to go that far. But like,
yeah.
With more free-to-play games, free-to-play, like, it's great, right? And I'm glad it exists because you can play a game and then if you like it, you can put more money into it. But then, like, companies go too far with that, and then you play a game, you like it, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll put some money in this. I'll put like 40, I'll put 60, I'll put $100 in this even, hell. And I'm, and then some retard who's put like 500 in it is still gonna stomp you, and you can love this game, but you like, I am physically not capable of putting $500 in a game. Like, that is not something I can do at this point in time with my life. I need that money for survival, and it feels. And even if I had that money to spare, it feels really shitty that you're going to have to spend that much money just to, like, keep up to be at the level of play that you're going to have a fair and level playing field. Like, again, microtransactions, I'm not entirely against. There are a lot of games that have, like, cosmetic items as microtransactions. I'm like, sure, go for it.
But if it's like Evolve and they're charging like fucking
$7
for a like red skin.
Yeah. Well, even that, like, I mean, it's a cosmetic. It's like whatever. Yeah. I don't give a shit. But like when it gets to gameplay, like even when it's DLC, it's like okay, it gets to a shitty level when it's like a new area or something. But whatever. But when it comes to like PvP. And when some guy's just going to kill you because he has this gun that's better than you, that's like, come on now. And I mean, that's been going on for ages. But, like, the thing is you're able to work and unlock that. Like, we were just playing GTA 5 earlier today.
Yes.
I just got it on PS4. I've had it on PC for a long time. I was like, PS4. Let's get it on there so we can all play it together. And I got blown up by some asshole on a flying motorcycle with rockets. The oppressor, right? That happens. That's just... That's just what goes on. But the thing is, then I can work for that, okay? I can play some game modes, some mini games for a few hours, and then buy an apartment, a cheap, like, $200K apartment with that, start doing heists, start making money, start leveling up, and I can go there. I have the option to buy a shark card, which is just money. So even, but it's like, it's not that hard to make that money in game. And that's why it's fine there. But when some guy blows you up with some crazy weapon and you're like, man, how do I get that? Guess I'll go work for it. And you look it up and it's like, oh, well, if you give us $15, otherwise, sorry, too bad. That's really shitty, you know? And I feel like people know this. And I feel like even though, Battlefront has kind of been quelled, and people said, no, we aren't going to do that, and it's died. Like, Battlefront is near death or almost no more at all. There's still shit like that goes on constantly, and it's like, that's not how people have fun with games, and that's why, like, lately, I feel like multiplayer experience has been going downhill, you know, like with toxicity between competitive type stuff and all the and microtransactions, just all kinds of shit. I used to be a big, you know, competitive multiplayer guy. You know, I started way back in like Halo 3, and I still love Halo. I have a soft spot in my heart for it. I mean, I don't like Halo, I don't like the new ones, but it's like still like it's hard calling them bad because of how much I love the old ones, right? But
Right.
it's like I started there, and that was back in Halo. There wasn't really like there was a competitive scene, but there wasn't like this crazy competitive system with seasons and ranks. I mean, there was MLG, which was kind of a joke even back when it started.
Major League Gamer.
Yeah, and it was just, and people were competitive, and you could be competitive with that and have a fun time and then finish, and whether you won or lost a lot that day, you could be like a little peeved. You're like, oh gosh dang, I lost, or sweet, we won. But it wasn't like, yeah, it's not like you lose a game and then you see that little number that next to your profile go down and you just get depressed about it. It's shit, and like that's why I've been gravitating back towards single player lately, because it's just not as fun anymore, you know? Like, it's sad, but if I think online games will die if they don't fix this.
Speaking of sad, I saw the Bye Bye Man when it came out.
I didn't see the Bye Bye Man.
You know what? Now
and I'm not
it's
going
time to talk about movies.
Okay, time to talk about
like
movies.
An hour in.
Movies will be quick though, I think.
I don't know. I think movies will be longer. We saw a lot of movies.
I guess
year.
we did, but we've talked a lot about it, and so I think our thoughts have been pretty condensed.
True.
On it.
All right, let's.
So
talk.
like I can sum them each up in a sentence.
Sam didn't see Happy Death.
I did.
Bye Bye Man. I'm gonna make
Man.
him watch Bye Bye Man because it's like hilarious.
Tell him about your short film, Jeff.
All right.
Tell him about your short film.
Okay. So, in my intro to cinema class in college, we had to do a short film at the end of the semester, and it was like you have to parody something that's popular. It wasn't popular at the time, but it was like parody something popular, and then it has to be like 6 minutes.
Popular enough to be in like theaters
at the
nationwide.
time. At the time, for some reason, well, not at the time. This was like months ago. The Bye Bye Man came out, and there was this ridiculous meme where it was like, the pee pee poo poo man, because that, and the joke behind that name is it's just as ridiculous as the Bye Bye Man. They're both so unscary that it's funny. So me and my 3 friends, we made a 6-minute short film called The Pee Pee Poo Poo Man, where if you think or say his name, he crawls out of a toilet, makes you pee yourself, and then he kills you. The worst thing I've ever done. 6 minutes of toilet humor and shitty jokes. Never gonna release it.
Yeah, don't ask him to upload it, because I've tried to I'd be like, I won't tell anybody. I just want to see it, man. I
don't have it.
He doesn't even have it. Okay,
My friend has it.
His friend has it on a USB drive. He's the only copy.
I don't even know if he still has it. So
he prays that it's been burnt or smashed or destroyed.
None of us are really proud. We got an A for excellent editing. We made it look like a horror movie.
Okay.
Yes, and we had shitty jump scares even. Okay, so Bye Bye Man. I'm gonna make you watch it along with Wish Upon. Now here's the thing about Wish Upon. I would argue that Wish Upon, in terms of hilarity, is up there with The Room.
Really?
Yes.
That good of bad. That good at being bad.
Yes.
Oh, I want to see this.
Because much like The Room, Wish Upon tries very hard to be really scary.
And
it really wants to scare you.
I want to see that. David would lose his shit and never watch it.
David
doesn't like watching stupid movies. He doesn't like bad movies. He likes The Room, though. It's kind of hard.
The Room's
to not
more of a comedy.
It's hard to not laugh at how bad that is, but like,
comedy.
Well, it is a drama.
Like bad
it's
horror
a drama,
movies. David doesn't like that.
Yeah, David doesn't really like bad horror movies in general.
Sam used to not like horror movies. I converted him.
Yeah, I like horror movies now. I'm not saying that many of them are good, but I'm saying I still enjoy watching them. Like Seed of Chucky.
Oh boy,
I enjoyed it.
Is that a horror? Does that
It's
count?
terrible. It doesn't. It's a doll running around with
his turkey baster full of his semen.
Yes, and trying to get his spunk in a B-list actress.
I'd say C-list.
C-list, yeah.
Jennifer Tilly.
But it's funny.
C.
They act like she's an A-list actress in the movie, though.
Yeah.
And so it's funny when you're like, oh, I think I might have seen. Yeah, I've seen you before. I don't remember where, but like I've seen you. but like it's not like I know you as that B-list actress, because like you still know B-list actresses when you see them. You don't know their names, but you're like,
it was like that time.
Yeah, I know that person. I've seen some of their movies, but like she's
It's like that time when Eric Andre, when Hannibal Buress was like, who would want to go out with a bunch of B- celebrities, and Eric Andre's like, I'd say C+.
It sounds like he's saying, no, we're better because of the plus, but it's more like, that's not how that works. Oh, no.
Yeah. So Wish Upon, we also need to watch. Okay. I'd say we do a double feature someday.
Wish Upon and Bye Bye Man?
Yes.
You can record my reaction
bowls
or
of
some
popcorn.
shit. I don't know.
We should do a commentary track. I don't know. That's
know.
on the cards. I've been debating doing
a commentary
tracks
are like, I don't think people really like listening to those, because it's like, I feel like it'd be better to like comment over it and then make like a super condensed like 10-minute edit of it and joke about that. Because that'd probably be the best. Like, I can talk, trust me, I can talk for like 3-4 hours straight during those movies, but like it won't be entertaining.
Yeah. Well, commentary tracks have been on the cards in a while. I don't know if we're gonna go through with it, but anyway, we'll double feature that someday. Because
let us know in the comments. Tell us if you want us to do a commentary track.
We'll double feature that, and I think you would have a lot of fun.
I would. I enjoy any of this shit. I like the live shit. Like, I mean, trust me, I love writing a script, but like, it's so much easier and more enjoyable to just do it live. And like, I can't do that on my own. Like, I can't just sit in front of the microphone and talk about something yet. I might in the future, but like when I'm with someone, I have somebody to banter with, kind of get me going. It's fun to do it live.
Because my new format of YouTube videos that I'm working on is like, some of it is live action with the camera, and I improvise all of my camera bits.
Oh yeah.
I don't have scripts because.
Oh really?
We saw in my awful top 10 Godzilla figures, I'm reading off a script the entire time. I'm looking to the side.
That's the one problem. Like, that's a really good video, except the fact that like whenever you were facing the camera, right, and you were so close, but then your eyes were just off.
I just couldn't. I had to do.
Had to look at.
Had to look at the script.
Yeah, but you should like you know what you should do that like that people, I don't know, like that's why people don't make scripts and then just record their face the whole time. But I see a lot of people make scripts and then show their face like some of the time because they just record it in short bits.
Yeah.
And then you'll see some people that record it in short bits and then just cut it all together, and it looks jumpy and weird. But like if you're good at editing, you can make it like it's noticeable, but it's not bothering.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see how this.
We'll figure it out.
I'm gonna do 3 videos in this new format, see how it works, and then move on from there. Anyway, hey, Disaster Artist is a movie that's kind of relevant to what we were talking about earlier.
I really want to fucking see it.
You'd really like it.
I'm sure
James Franco
is a god.
Is Tommy Wiseau.
He's become
Tommy
him.
Wiseau.
So he's like spot on. That's
the
only thing I was worried about. Like it's not that I don't think James Franco is an amazing actor. Yeah. I do. I love him. I think he's really good at what he does. But it's so hard to become someone like Tommy Wiseau. Like no one in the history of the world has ever been as Tommy Wiseau as Tommy Wiseau. Yeah. Like it's really hard to pull off something like that because that's a character type that's like I don't think has ever been seen, like at least not in a common light, you know. I mean, maybe the base of it, but not like that eccentric and weird and just like, I don't know. I don't want to say dumb, but he is kind of dumb. Tommy Wiseau is kind of like ignorant of what's going on around him a lot of times, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks that there are people that, like, really hate his movie and make fun of it, and he calls them the haters, you know. But, like, he thinks that there's a solid fan base for The Room that really, really enjoys it, and that it's fairly large. He really thinks that.
Oh, that's true.
Not, like, a fan base that thinks it's good, like, that legitimately isn't like, look how bad this is, haha. But it's like, this is a masterpiece.
That's how he used to think.
I don't know if he does anymore, but he used to.
I don't know. Because the way he's going on Twitter now.
Yeah.
I think he knows, especially since Disaster Artist has brought more people to attention of
I think he
knows. He's like, yeah,
I don't think he always did, though.
No.
And he certainly wouldn't have known that at the time of making The Room.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about old Tommy Wiseau. I'm talking about Tommy Wiseau when he made The Room. So and I think Franco, like, I don't know. I can't say, but from what I've seen, it looks like he pulls it off well. And if you're saying he does, I believe it.
It's like Jim Carrey in Men on the Moon. You know, Jim Carrey was Andy Kaufman. And in this movie, Tommy Wiseau, I meant James Franco is Tommy Wiseau. There is no James Franco.
There's Tommy Wiseau as Tommy Wiseau, yeah. Who is Tommy Wiseau in the movie? Because they said he made an appearance.
It's his dad.
Oh, he's his dad? That's great. That's great.
It's wonderful. It's only in the last
beautiful
minute,
moment.
though.
No, but like, I don't know. There's a lot of... I think, like, my movie for the year, probably The Shape of Water. The Shape of Water is brilliant. Jeff hasn't seen it yet. My second would be Blade Runner, which...
That's my movie of the year right now.
Is Jeff's movie of the year.
I haven't seen
so good.
Shape of Water.
Others that are, like, up there with it... I'm going to chuck Baby Driver up there.
Yes.
In no particular order. I really liked it. Alien Covenant, though there were a lot of flaws.
See, here's the thing.
But the flaws were from Fox telling Ridley Scott, you have to put this in. Like, the Ridley Scott stuff was really good. It was incredibly flawed, but I loved it.
Consider Covenant like a best of the year.
I'm just throwing it. It's not best of the year because of what Fox did. But the Ridley Scott parts... I would
Fassbender made
because
that
like
movie.
That's the thing. Fassbender, okay, David and Michael, the two androids, right? They were what he focused on, them and specifically Michael's research, right? Into what this like the black ooze, the xenomorph, the alien itself was never even supposed to make an appearance. But then Fox was like, no, we want the. In fact, it wasn't even supposed to be called Alien Covenant. It was supposed to be called Covenant. And Fox was like, no, it's going to be called Alien Covenant, and you're going to put the alien in for the final, like, half hour of the film, and they're going to fight it, and it's going to kill some people, and it's going to be an alien movie, because that's what's going to sell and make us money.
Even though Prometheus made money, the main complaint was, it's in the alien universe, why aren't there xenomorphs?
Yeah, I know, because people are retarded, okay? Yeah. People see it, and they're like, but I want to see this cool space marine shoot the alien guy. And it's not. It's gone back to that like H.R. Giger type of like almost Lovecraftian level of horror, this unknown. And I feel like Fox just shoehorning this in it would have been so much better if Fox wasn't a dick, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess Fox is Disney now, so they're only gonna get worse. Yeah. They're only gonna get worse.
I don't know. I don't think that's awful. That deal.
I don't have much hope for the Alien franchise. I've kind of I've been dealing with this grief like a dead friend, like a dead close friend or a dead family member. Like, wow. I love you, but you're nothing good is gonna come from you anymore. Possibly, maybe there might be some hope. There might be a bright spark.
The Covenant sequel is uncanceled now, right?
Yeah, it is. It is, but like, who knows? Who knows if it's shit or not? Like, it could go full Fox on us. But like, I've kind of tried to come to the conclusion that like, with Alien, we have what we have, and we should just try to be happy with that, and we should be open about the newer stuff that comes, because it could definitely be good, and even if it's not, we could still enjoy stuff out of it, because like, even if it is just stupid bad movie, it's still this badass alien running around murdering people, right? Yeah. And that's fun, even if it's not good. So it's
even though Ridley Scott hates fun movies.
Yeah. So it's like and
super like a lot of people nowadays are like and you know, me personally, if I see a movie and I'm like, yeah, it was fun, but I'll still be like, it was bad.
Yeah, like
Transformers 1 and 3, they're fun. I like them, but
I like
bad.
I don't even like the third. I like Transformer. Like, okay, the first Transformers movie. I legitimately, I won't say I like it. It's fun and it's really interesting to see them in that live action form. But it's a bad movie. It's not good. It's really bad. The characters are stupid and one dimensional. Humans and the Transformers. The plot is like, hey, look, guys, you're the son of a guy that was an important guy because your lineage is cool, because that's original, right? And it's like, and then we have to go here to get this thing, and then we have to go here to get this thing because these guys are telling us to. And it's a big stupid mess, right? But it's fun to see big robots kick other big robots, right? And again, that's the same thing with Alien. Just like, don't be so uptight. Have fun with it. Enjoy the original for like the masterpiece, right? But with new stuff that comes out, I just, you know, try to be happy.
Yeah.
With what we got, but don't expect a lot. You know, don't expect much, because we might not get much. You know.
So I can't think of many more movies to talk about other than Get Out, which you haven't seen.
I need to see Get Out. Really bad. I really want to.
Honestly, I'd rather we watch Get Out than Dawn of the Dead tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll download it. Whatever, we'll do it. Oh, okay.
We'll
excuse me. We'll rent it. Yeah, we'll rent it. We'll pay for it. I support creators that I enjoy, And Jordan Peele is someone I respect. He's never made a bad thing. He was never in Big Mouth.
We're not racist, we swear.
We're not racist, guys. We like no.
I'd like to get out. I'm not racist.
Jordan Peele has always been a good person and never done anything bad. So I will pay him my money.
I don't like Key and Peele.
I mean, I think they've been kind of funny.
What, the substitute, the teacher thing?
The AA run was funny.
Yeah.
And then it got driven into the ground by every other. But like the thing is, though, is that was still a good skit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like that was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was hilarious the first few times I saw it. But then it was like, okay, we get it, guys, we get it. Okay, AA Ron, ha ha ha. Let's call every person named. I feel so bad for people named Aaron. I really do. Like, because there are people named Aaron that spell like ERIN, and people still call them AA Ron. I'm like, oh, you poor soul. I got annoyed by it. Imagine how they feel. But it, they have some funny stuff, right?
Yeah,
they do. But it's like a lot of their stuff is just kind of like, okay. It's like it feels really like, okay, if we put this guy in this situation, what would they do? And then it's just kind of like if someone handed me a piece of paper with the description of the two characters and the setting, I could tell you what was going to happen and what type of hilarious situations would ensue. And that's exactly what they do. Like it's one of those the scripts write themselves kind of a deal, and I don't I'm just not very impressed with that. However, Jordan Peele seems to be good at making movies, so
see, Get Out,
we'll see how that turns out.
I wouldn't say it's really a horror. There's not a lot of scary in it. It's more, wow, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's like, wow, I can't believe they're doing that. It's like, wow, that's
I've heard people
freaky.
say that it's like so not racist.
Yes.
People, not the movie itself, but people in the movie are so not racist that it goes around and becomes racist.
No spoilers, but like this one guy sees the black guy and he's like, whoa, so you're good at basketball, right? Yeah,
you told me that.
Yeah.
Like it's so like it's still stereotypes. It's almost like Asian stereotypes. Like they're really positive. Like, oh, you're Asian. I bet you're really good at math. Like it's like it's still stereotypes, but it's like it's hard to be like if I was an Asian, it'd be hard to be mad at. Like I'd get annoyed at it, but I'd be like, thank you. I get like it's so it would be such a confusing thing. Like I don't know.
All right. So, 2018 is upon us, and you know what that means?
Hopes and dreams.
Slender Man.
That's not one of the hopes and dreams. That's a nightmare. That's, ooh.
Oh, come on, man.
Not nightmares and, oh, look how scary it is. Nightmares and this is the thing that leads to suicide.
Literally.
Oh, yeah. No, Slender, it appears from the trailer that Slenderman makes his victims kill themselves now, which is not, like... Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it needs to stick to the original.
Slender aficionados.
I'm not saying it needs to stick to the original because it was such a masterpiece. I'm just saying, like, okay, really? They just kill themselves? That's like, oh, he comes and he makes you kill yourself.
It's because it's PG-13.
It's because it's PG. Is it really? Oh, God damn it.
How else are they going to get those middle school kids in there?
Exactly, because it's going to be the same thing like when me and Jeff saw Happy Death Day. With David, me, Jeff, and Dave, we're gonna go see Slender when it comes out.
Yes,
and we're gonna sit in there, and we're gonna be surrounded by 13-year-olds seeing their first horror movie, going, I remember I saw Markiplier play this when I was 7, and it's gonna be like, all right,
God.
like, okay, we get it, and that's gonna be like the worst experience, right? Because we're gonna be sitting there, and there are going to be people that are actually getting scared by this movie. Okay, they're going to be people that like jump back a little bit, that like cringe up a bit when there's a super stupid predictable jump scare because we're in a movie theater with a bunch of 13-year-olds who haven't seen a movie before, who haven't seen a horror movie before. And it's not that they're 13; it's that they haven't really seen horror movies before, right? Mm. Because like there are a lot of kids like you and such that saw horror movies before then, right? Yeah, just at home and stuff. But the thing about that is people who've seen those good horror movies and stuff see something like Slender advertised and they go, wow, that's a really shitty basic horror movie.
Yeah.
Why would I go to that? It's like I don't even care that I'm able to now. It's like no. So the only people that go to movies like that are 13-year-olds that are psyched that they can now go into the movie theater and see a horror movie.
Or dipshits like us.
Or dipshits like us that see every movie that comes out, because almost every movie comes out. Yes, because that's the thing. Because this year in 2017, I decided a better use of my time would be seeing, Happy Death Day twice rather than seeing something like Get Out.
We are the reason Blade Runner didn't make any money.
Okay, I bought a Blade Runner ticket. I saw Blade Runner. It's really
You saw it once.
good.
How many times did you see Happy Death Day?
Twice, because I had to go with friends. Okay, they asked me. If they hadn't asked me, I wanted to see it twice. But I like those friends. I didn't want to offend them. I didn't want to be like, no, fuck you. I don't want to see this movie with you guys. So like, all right, I'll go see the movie. But no, okay, I love Blade Runner. I don't think Blade Runner 2049 was as good as the first one. Like, let me put it this way. I think Blade Runner was it might be my favorite movie ever. Okay, it's a masterpiece of film. I think it's easily in my top 3 if it's not number 1. Blade Runner 2049. Holy shit, it was amazing, right? I don't know if it's masterpiece level, but it's close. It's really close. I'd say it's like if it's not, it's really close. If it is, I'm still not sure if it's in my top 3. But it's like of all time, not of the year, of all time. But it's really good. I'm just saying, like, if you watch Blade Runner and then you watch Blade Runner 2049, if you ask anyone what's better, unless they're either one of those, oh my god, Ryan Gosling's so hot, I just want to, I want him to bang me and shower me with flowers in a hot tub. I don't know. You know the types, the romance lovers.
That's what you want.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling clearly. Thanks.
That's what we all want.
Ryan Gosling. Thanks, Daddy. No.
Cue up that image of Ryan Gosling
people like that.
With the 3 Coca-Cola cans.
Oh my god, I don't think that we can make that. Put that in the thumbnail. Put that in the thumbnail. I love that picture. That's a picture of Ryan Gosling in public at a convenience store with his super like stoic serious face on, you know, like that like $1 million look that like all the girls love and shit, except he's holding 3 Coca-Cola cans completely upright and holding them down with his chin. It's beautiful. No, but those types and the people who just think newer special effects means better movie, those are the only 2 people who are going to tell you that 2049 is better than the original, right? Yeah. Like it's kind of hard to beat the original Blade Runner unless you hate sci-fi. Yeah. I know people who just legitimately hate all sci-fi.
Or if you somehow hate Harrison Ford.
I know people that hate Harrison Ford too. Your dad hates Harrison Ford.
My dad hates Harrison Ford.
His dad hates Harrison Ford because his dad hates Han Solo.
Yes. My dad likes Indiana Jones, so he doesn't completely hate Harrison Ford.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Because it's not just like, I love this franchise he's in, but I hate him in this franchise. Because, like, that's the thing. Harrison Jones, I think all the Star Wars movies Harrison Jones has been in were good, okay?
Harrison Ford.
What the fuck? I'm thinking Indiana Jones. I'm tired. It's late. It's almost 3 a.m. Okay, Harrison Ford, right? All the Star Wars he's been in are good, in my opinion, I think. It depends. Some people think A New Hope isn't good.
Oh, yeah, those people are weird.
But,
I'd say Return of the Jedi isn't good.
Yeah.
And then, like, The New Hope, even though Luke's whiny, it's still really good.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. Indiana Jones, really good. Except for the 4th one. So it's more like a franchise and a quarter your dad hates. And then, like, 3/4 of a franchise he likes. So I think it's a little more hate towards 40 Boy.
Yeah.
You know, so Crystal Skull's
that's weird.
We don't need to talk about that. Everybody's talked about it. Everybody knows it's bad. Right. I think it's a good year for movies, though.
A Quiet Place.
I think we had good shit. Quiet Place. I never saw it.
Starring Jim from The Office. Coming soon.
Is that in 2018?
That's that movie where they're all silent because if they make a noise.
That looks good. I think that's going to be cool.
I'm worried.
But
because guess who's producing A Quiet Place? Mr. Michael Bay.
Fuck. How is he going to have explosions?
You know, he does horror movies, you know.
What else
he did the remake to Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake to Texas Chainsaw, the remake to Hitchhiker, the remake to Friday
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No, it's just called The Hitchhiker.
Oh, okay.
The remake to Friday the 13th.
I've never seen
Platinum Dunes is like, and also those shitty...
they're bad, I'm guessing.
Shitty
but that's the
Mutant
thing,
Turtles movies.
He made that. He directed that. He didn't produce it, he just directed it, right?
What?
Those movies. Like, he directed them, right?
He produced all of those.
But did he direct them?
No.
Oh, he didn't direct them. He just produced them.
Oh,
I don't know. Like that's the thing. Though. This looks. It looks. I want it to be good. I want it.
You
like,
know what would be really funny about A Quiet Place?
What?
Because my thought is, my mentality is, if no talking means no shitty horror movie dialogue. Yeah. So that's great. But my friend is like, what if it's only silent for like 20 minutes and then the rest of the movie is them talking because the monsters know where they are at?
Yeah, and so they're just figuring out, oh my god.
That's a possibility.
Like, that is a possibility. I think, like, it's the movie of 2018 that I don't think will be good, but I most want to be good.
Well, what
like,
do you,
I want to figure out.
We're about coming to the end of this. What are you looking forward to the most in 2018?
I think the best, I can't say with movie, but the best game, I think, is going to be Death Stranding.
Is that 2018?
It's supposed to be 2018.
We'll see.
It's supposed to be late 2018.
We'll see.
It's supposed to be like November, December. We'll see. It was supposed to be 2017. It was supposed to be 2016 before that, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But I want to see Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. I want to see anyone who doesn't know Death Stranding.
That's when they started development. Okay. Yeah, because he was still with Konami in 2016.
Yeah, Death Stranding is the new Hideo Kojima game. He is the guy who made Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill.
No, he didn't.
Wait, he didn't?
He made PT. He was gonna make a Silent Hill game.
Oh, shit.
But he got fired before they
did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well,
that
shit on my face.
Awesome.
It would have been awesome.
Because,
and he's also...
Junji Ito was working on it, and Guillermo del Toro was working on it.
He's also... Del Toro worked on Silent Hill?
He was going to. They were all going to work on Silent Hill.
Going to. Yeah. However, Junji Ito isn't there. But with Death Stranding, Del Toro and Kojima are working together, Norman Reedus is one of the actors, and it's really exciting because I love Del Toro's creatures. I think they're brilliant. I think he can pull off, like he can pull off both like something completely like hideous and terrifying, and then he can pull off something that is like it's certainly not like it certainly doesn't like look like aesthetically it doesn't look pleasant, but it kind of does. Like it's something that's clearly a monster, something that's clearly not supposed to be this beautiful thing, but it's somehow very like elegant. And I think he does this with really well in his new movie.
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. I'm having trouble remembering.
There's only one Del Toro film that's like disappointed.
I'm bad with names. What?
Have you ever seen Crimson Peak?
No. I haven't watched it because I don't want to. Right now, I think every movie Del Toro's made is a masterpiece, and he's a brilliant filmmaker, and I don't want to ruin that for myself. Here's what I recommend then.
Go on YouTube then and just look up the ghost scenes because those are incredible.
Oh, they're good?
Because Tom Hiddleston fucking his sister is not enjoyable.
Oh.
That doesn't happen. But there's like an incest subplot and it's like, oh
man.
Fun! Because, the best movies have incest subplots like A Cure for Wellness.
Oh, I like To Cure for Wellness.
I like To Cure for Wellness.
Was that this year?
It was February.
Oh, shit, yeah. Cure for Wellness is another one that's up there for me. I thought that was a brilliant movie. Stunningly akin to Shape of Water, actually. They have the same kind of like atmosphere to them. No, I do want to quell some rumors that I've heard about Shape of Water. Okay, people have said because they're in the main cast. There's it's like in the 50s, 60s, right? There's a gay guy and there's a black woman, and like the main like evil guy is this like super macho like military style white guy, right? With like a traditional home and family. And so a lot of people have taken this and been like, oh, look, it's an SJW movie, right? And it's like it's okay. No, I'm not saying like I'm not saying there might not have been any inspiration. I don't know, but when you watch the movie, there is no panhandling, like it's not preachy. There's no political message. There's no political agenda. It's a movie about a romance between a deaf girl and a fish person, and it's somehow beautiful, and it's not like it's people say Beauty and the Beast. It has no like plot wise, not at all. The only thing comparable is that it's a human woman and a non-human person in a relationship, right? It's again, I think it's a masterpiece. Great movie, great year 2017. I think a lot of good stuff.
as a year, it was pretty shitty.
For movies.
For movies and games.
A great year for movies and games.
This was a
for entertainment,
fantastic year.
It was amazing. And I think I have a theory. I think 2018 is going to be great as well because a lot of stuff that's coming out 2018 has been made in 2017, just like the tail end, like a lot of the stuff that came out now started production tail end of 2016, right? I think that when people have shitty years, people value entertainment more because it's what can be escapism, right? And I think because of that, I think better entertainment comes out in shitty years. Look at the stuff that came out during the Vietnam era. That was like a renaissance of artistic film, right? Every time like there's like a real hard time for people, I think people make really good art. I think I'm not a type of person that's like, you need suffering to be a good person. I think that's kind of bullshit, but like I think it's because people want an escape, and if they're not doing too good, I think people value better entertainment, and I think the people who make entertainment also see this, and I think it really pushes them to want to make something good, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think that helps. I think good shit's gonna come out for the next year.
Because,
or two.
what sucked the most was, like, last year we had to worry about which celebrities were going to die, and this year was, like, which celebrities are going to be outed as sexual predators.
I remember us talking at the end of last year. It's like, oh, shit, Leia died? Leia died, like, a year, like, a day or two before New Year's? Shit, who's going to die next? And then 2017 came around. It's like, shit, who's going to get touched next?
Speaking of Carrie Fisher, before we end, I just want to... in memory of Carrie Fisher, have you seen Scream 4?
No.
Carrie Fisher, she plays a secretary, and they're talking about movies, and Carrie Fisher's like, she plays a character named, like, Lauren or whatever, and she's like, I auditioned for Star Wars, and he's like, yeah, but Lucas picked Carrie Fisher, and she's like, I think she slept with him.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that, like, weird, like, talking about yourself in movies kind of thing. That's why I kind of had fun, I should say, with Seed of Chucky, because what was her name again?
Who? Tiffany?
Jennifer Tilly. Jennifer Tilly played Bride of Chucky, and she played herself, like the voice of Bride of Chucky, and she played herself as an actress. And the Bride of Chucky, Tiffany, assaulted Jessica. And it was like it was this weird, like, she played two characters and one was herself and the other wanted to steal herself's body. It was crazy. And so then, like, later on in, like, Curse of Chucky, when she comes back, it's just her acting, but it's her acting as the voice of a character who has taken the body of her acting as herself. It's so weird.
In Cult of Chucky, she shows up and someone's like, anyone ever tell you look just like Jennifer Tilly? She's like, yeah, I get that a lot.
Oh my god. And her voice is like, it's one of those voices where it can work well for things, but at other times you're like, so irritating. It's like that, the little midget girl in Poltergeist, right? And she cleanses the house and she walks out and she's like, this house is clean, and it's like, that voice works for that, but then, like, if you just hear that as a character, it's gonna get really annoying after a while.
Speaking of annoying,
we're an hour and 22 minutes in.
Everybody, this was...
Wait.
Ooh.
We're gonna run off a few quick fire questions, because I asked some people on our Discord just before we started, hey, want some questions? So we're gonna give, like, less, like, I'm talking, like, boom, boom, boom.
All right, Shadzi and Shala.
Okay, Shadzi and Shalaran. Okay. What's the most dead game you can think of? Answer question carefully.
Battleborn.
It's you can buy it for like $10 everywhere, but you literally can't play it because the servers are gone and you need servers. Battleborn, that's easy. If we're talking about something that's still alive, like it's dead but like you could still play, probably Evolve.
Yes,
probably
Evolve. Yeah.
Okay. Best video game OST.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
I honestly think Nier Automata. Like, I think that's my top of all time.
That's a good one.
Most lukewarm video game OST.
I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know. The next one is worst video game OST.
Video game?
I don't know. I never noticed a bad one.
Like when there's a bad one, it's just usually something generic, and like for that, it never stands out.
Yeah.
It never stands out. So, like, again, I can't say lukewarm. I think lukewarm and worst are kind of the same-ish because they're just generic stuff. Like, it's never going to be super bad because you can just rip some generic music off of, like, some copyright-free place, right?
Yeah.
Best game that you hate.
Best game that I hate. What's like a good game that I don't like?
A good game that you don't like.
Cuphead.
Sonic.
And hate is a strong word.
I don't say hate.
I appreciate Cuphead. It's just not my kind of game.
That's
I
the
dislike
thing.
it.
Sonic, I like the originals, but I hate a lot of it. So I guess I technically hate it. Like,
yeah.
I love I like the best like original, but I hate the new. But I kind of don't like any of them. So we talked about that earlier. That was the best game that you hate. Worst game that you love.
Game that I love.
I think I know what mine is.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog, really? Yeah. Mine is probably a game from my childhood that's an open world. I'm assuming it's bad. There's two. There is a Nintendo like party, not Nintendo, like a Nickelodeon Party Blast that I played recently, and it's terrible. That I loved as a kid. And then there's also a Rugrats like GameCube weird like hub world with levels game that I'm sure is bad. I mean, I remember it being really good, but I'm sure it's bad. So I don't know. Like, I'll go with that. That's a really bad game. That I guess, I don't know, maybe Halo 4. I really loved Halo 4, even though it's not good.
Oh, is it bad?
Whatever. It's not good.
I never heard the consensus.
I loved
Halo 4.
I loved the multiplayer, even though it got kind of... I don't know. I don't know. I'm so mixed because I like it, but I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm legitimately... I have been mixed. I've had a mixed opinion on Halo 4 since the day it came out. And by mixed opinion, I don't mean I love certain things, hate certain things. I'm so, like, jumbled up because I just... It's so fun, but it should be bad, but I don't know. I've thrown a few out, whatever. And if you're at a convention and a group of fursuits waves at you, what do you do?
Run. Depends.
Depends. Yeah, what level? Are we talking like furry head or are we talking full body?
Fursuits.
I'm guessing full body. Yeah.
I have a friend who makes fursuits.
Yeah.
She sells them for...
she's not even like really into fursuits at all. It's just she can sell them for
she's a furry, but she
not
makes
into
the suit.
She doesn't fursuit herself.
Nope, she just makes them.
She just makes them because she can sell them for like over $1,000 a piece. And they're just like foam and fabric. So it's just the time that it takes to make them. And honestly, if I could, I'd do it too. Like, that's really good money. But I don't know. I'd probably be like, nervous laugh and wave, you know.
Yeah.
Right. And was VR chat a mistake?
Yes.
VR chat was a blessing.
It's good.
From the anime gods.
No way.
Miyazaki blessed us with VR chat. Okay.
Oh,
What makes it even better is you can play it on your desktop in desktop mode without a VR set. You can't like do hand motions with the little like remotes that you hold in your hand because you don't have them, but there are emotes you can do, and you basically do everything, talk, all that shit. So VR chat is a Miyazaki blessing. Okay.
If you bought a Bitcoin and then it like dropped and fell into a storm drain, wouldn't that be fucked up?
That would be fucked up if the reason it would be fucked up wasn't because you dropped it.
It's because
the reason
you spent
it would
money
be
on physical Bitcoin.
Yeah, I feel like
that's the thing. People sell physical Bitcoin.
I kind of want to buy.
Fall for it.
I want to buy one. I want to find one that's like this that's open about like, hey, this is a joke and I want to buy it. That's super cheap, not to like scam people, but just to like have it be like, hey, I have a Bitcoin in my pocket. That would be brilliant.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Speaking of these questions though, we have a Discord, if you didn't know.
Yes.
Which,
the Pacjeff place.
Yeah, the Pacjeff place, or as I sometimes rename it, the Jack Peff place. Or my name's Celery on there. Sometimes I just name it Celery's server if I'm feeling up to it. I don't know. He hates it. I love it.
It's more of a I see it and I'm like, oh, that rapscallion, and I change it.
I don't really do it anymore. Anyways, though. We're actually going to make a chat on here that was just brought up by our lovely friend Shadzi. We're going to make a questions chat. So if you have a question, leave it there.
We'll announce when we're recording. So
we'll announce when we're recording. You can of course leave it in a YouTube comment. We look at those.
Yes.
But again, Discord, great place. You can talk to us there. You can. It's a fun little community. It's not like super crowded where it's constant spamming you with messages.
Most people have muted it.
Most people have muted it. Anyways,
a lot of people don't check.
I don't know. We have like 1 or 2 conversations on there a day. It's pretty good. Come on down. Have a fun old time.
Don't have a different opinion than Sam.
Don't have a different opinion than me.
Upset.
Or I will fucking give you a stupid role. Like I gave one of our friends a role. It's just Alex Jones IRL. He doesn't like that very much,
No.
but I know him in real life, so it's fine. I'll be nice to you. Unless I know you in real life, like Shane or Jeff, then I'll be a dick. Anyways,
that was PacPod, the reboot, the pilot, the
new generation,
the next generation. Yeah, I'm not talking
Yeah.
Star Trek. This is like Texas Chainsaw.
I've been Worf.
Generation. I'm Picard. Shut up, Wesley, is what I would say if David was here. But he's not. He will be next time, maybe.
He will be next
I don't know.
time.
We're thinking about doing a video podcast to make it more interesting for y'all.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting.
I think it'd be
more
interesting.
fun.
We'll try it out.
Be more fun.
We'll see what
It'd
it
be like,
does.
you ever seen Half
If
of the
it's
Bag?
not as bad as that time we do, if it's not as bad as when we tried to do live streams with the camera, it'll be fun. Those, okay.
The issue is...
Yeah, they're not bad. The issue is that I'm retarded. Okay, we get it. Yeah. Anyways.
Thank you all for listening. And I'll see you on the next PacPod.
Farewell.
No schedule. These just kind of happen. Thank you all. Goodbye.